So I gave a conference talk this morning, and in about 11 minutes, I have a call with a colleague to talk about my advice for how I balance it all, how I balance conference talks and work, which are two separate things. Conference talks are not part of my job. How I balance single parenting and just life in general. To be honest, I don't think that I do a great job of any of that. So this is going to be a very vulnerable post where I give myself advice, but I'm recording it because I feel like this might be something that somebody else out there might need to hear. The biggest piece of advice, number one, is to have a really strong support system. That support system needs to involve people who love on your baby, or babies, who you can trust to help out and take care of your child while you get other things done. You might have a family member, be lucky enough to have a family member or a partner who can help you. If not, hopefully you have a community, a network of friends. You have to establish a community in order to get things done. You can't do everything yourself. That brings me to my next point. Have a clear list of the top priorities in your life, and you'll use those priorities as a framework for how you decide what to say yes to and what you have to say no to. For my example, I know number one top priority in my life is my son. Second, close priority is myself. You could argue which should be first. I really don't care. This is the way that I structure my life. My self-care, my interests, all of that stuff comes as a close second to my son. And then third is work. I love my job. I find so much value in what I do for work, and I'm so lucky that I get to make money doing it, and I love being able to pay my bills. So third is work. Everything else can it varies, but I know those are the top three priorities in my life. So then what I do with that is that's my framework that I use to weigh everything against. And this brings me to my third point, which is you have to establish strong, strict boundaries, and you have to enforce those boundaries around the details of your life. And so you'll use your priorities to decide, again, what you're going to say yes to and what you'll say no to, and where those boundaries will start and end. If there is something that is in conflict with one of my top priorities, for example, a conference talk that is in a place that I really would love to go to. By the way, if you have a conference happening in Mykonos or the Maldives or somewhere with a nice view, please invite me, because all of that priority stuff, that just goes out the window. Forget it. But honestly, if there's a conference that's happening in a place that I really want to go to, but it's my son's birthday, or I have some big work thing that I have to do, or I'm just tired. I'm tired and I already feel overstimulated and overworked. I have to say no because it's in conflict with my priorities. Now, if it is something that kind of conflicts with my priorities, meaning like time-wise, but it also helps to further one of my priorities, then that might be something that I might say yes to. Another example is the conference talk that I gave this morning. I haven't given a conference talk in over a year. The reason that I said yes to this one is because I'm giving the talk on a topic that directly aligns with my work at work. It's something that I wanted to learn about, and conference talks for me are the fastest way for me to learn something. So I accepted it, and also it was a keynote. So I feel like it's a great kind of career, hey, look what else I've done type of thing. But also I can take all of those learnings. This is the most important part, is I can take those learnings right back to one of my top priorities, which is my job. And this is going to make it even better. So that's the reason why I said yes to that. But everything else is strict boundaries. So then that brings me to my last point, which is probably the least fun of all of these unfun things. You have to accept that you are going to have to make some big sacrifices. In order to get the life that you want, you're going to have to do things that you find unfun, or you have to skip out on some of the fun things. I have to skip out on fun times with friends, deeper relationships, and a lot of the things that I want to do. Even sometimes I just want to sit and I just want to scroll TikTok, or I just want to play a game on my phone, but I have to pull myself out of that because it's not the time for that right now. If I want specific things, if I want to achieve specific goals, it's really important for me to just kind of like lock in and accept that this might be something that I have to miss for now and then come back to, or it might be something that I miss out on altogether. But if I've done the first three things right, if I've really centered on my top priorities, if I've found a great support system, and I've been really enforcing strict boundaries about what I will accept and won't accept, like what I will do and won't do, it makes it so much easier for me to get to those goals. I achieve one goal, and then after you get that trophy or that accolade or that promotion or that money, then you can go on to the next thing and you can continue to achieve and achieve and achieve. And then afterward, you can have fun. And there are ways to have fun all in between too. I don't want to make it seem like it's all one thing or all the other thing. But if there's this life that you want at the end that involves getting to some really spectacular goal, or it involves like having something big, it involves a lot of work, you have to accept that there's going to be some sacrifice. So that's my advice. Hopefully it helps you too, but I know I'm going to do this for myself.